Hello again, you guys! We're still in the drought between Viking seasons right now, but it's never the wrong time to do some fun Viking braiding. As you know, Torvi has some of the most striking and even outlandish hair on the show, but also sports cute and simple looks from time to time that could easily pass for everyday braids in our world. So today's video is dedicated to those looks, for the times you want to dress up but still need to look somewhat normal. This first style was posted on Georgia Hurst's Instagram in a behind-the-scenes look. To start this one, part your hair in the center and pick up a very small bit of hair from right next to the part at your forehead. Split this into 3 tiny strands, and start Dutch braiding by weaving the outer strands under the middle one in alternating order. Every time you're about to weave a strand, add in a little bit of new hair to that strand to make it bigger. Start out adding in very small amounts of hair while the braid is still small. Then as it grows bigger and starts forming over the top of your head, you can add in slightly larger bits of hair at a time. Try hard to keep the braid very close to your part as you form it. When you reach the top back of your head, about where your part stops, quit adding in new hair and finish the braid to the ends. Repeat on the other side of your part, picking up a small amount of hair to begin with and then Dutch braiding across the top of your head. Again, when you reach the top back of your head, stop adding in any new hair and finish the braid to the ends. Next, pick up the hair on the sides of your head. Bring both of these sections to meet at the back of your head and pick up one more section of hair here from between the braids you just made. With these 3 sections, make a basic 3-strand braid down to the ends of the hair. Finally, pick up all 3 braids now and tie them together at about neck height with a small hair elastic. If there's any braiding left beneath the hair tie, undo it. And there you have the first easy and everyday Torvi braid look. This second style was from an early season of Vikings, when we first meet Torvi, before she becomes a badass shield maiden. Start with your hair parted in the center. Then about an inch back from your forehead, pick up a smaller section of hair and braid it normally to the ends. Do the same on the other side of your part, the same distance back from your forehead. Now pick up 2 sections of hair on the side of your head by your part, one on either side of the braid you made. Braid these 3 together. Repeat on the other side of your head with the other small braid. Fluff up these braids a bit, and then drape them backwards to the upper back of your head. With bobby pins, pin these braids back here. Now wrap the remaining lengths of these braids into an oblong bun at the back of your head, pinning everything in place as you go. Make sure to tuck the ends of the braid in underneath the bun to hide them when you get there. Lastly, make 2 small accent braids, one on either side of your head. Pick up a small amount of hair, split into 3 strands, and braid to the ends. No need to use a hair tie on these, because small braids are pretty good at holding themselves together. Finishing that up gives you the second Torvi look for your everyday wear. Lastly, this look is one that was created for a scene that didn't make it into the final cut of the show, but again can be found on Georgia's Instagram. Pick up a chunk of hair right next to your part at your forehead, and start lace rope braiding. Keep the braid high as you go, sitting at about where a crown would sit if you were wearing one. When you reach the end of your part at the upper back of your head, stop adding in new hair and finish the rope braid to the ends. Repeat on the other side of your head, making sure that the braids are at the same height on both sides of your head. Next, make a second tier of rope braids on both sides of your head, underneath the first tier. When those braids are all finished, bring the 4 of them together at the back of your head. With the first tier braids, push the right one through the left one so that they're held together back there. Then with the second tier of braids, stick the left one through the right one. Pull the braids tight, then undo the braiding below this crossover point, keeping the hair separated into a left and right half. Now we're going to make what's called an infinity braid. Break off a little bit of hair from one of the halves and start wrapping it around the halves in a figure 8 pattern. This will use up the length of that little strand pretty quickly, so before you run out of it, rejoin it to one of the halves, pick up another small bit of hair, and keep doing this weaving pattern. Every once in a while, push the wrappings up towards the top of the braid to keep them tight and bunched together. As you keep going, the braid will start to look like this. Here's a look at the finished style. If you like these looks and want to see more Vikings or other TV show hair, you can check out more tutorials on my YouTube channel, Silvousplaits. I also released a new book this year titled Badass Braids, featuring 45 styles from the most iconic TV shows and movies, many of which are not found on my YouTube channel. It's sold at all major book retailers, so check it out if you're looking for more styles to try. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.